got another special guest. We are blessed to have so many amazing people from our community come in and spend time with us and tell us about themselves, their organizations, their events. So without further ado, I want to let our next guest introduce himself. The floor is yours, my friend.
Well, my name is Adam Daughtrey. I'm a retired Navy veteran. Did 4 tours overseas, 1 in the combat zone in Afghanistan and Kuwait. I continued on with Cigar Night For Veterans. It initially was here in Victoria. It kind of fizzled out, and I started it back up to where I wanted veterans and those who support the military and so forth to be able to come together and, you know, they don't have to feel uncomfortable. Did they serve in the military? Did they serve in World War II? Anybody can show up as long as you support the military and you support America.
Yeah, well, as you all should. So that's Cigars For Veterans Night. Where is that located at?
That's located over at Aero Crafters. It's the last Saturday of the month. Tonight it's going to be November 29th.
So for next week.
Next month is going to be December 28th. From that point on, it's going to be the last Saturday from 6 to 9 p.m. over at Aero Crafters.
Okay, so the last Saturday of every month, and so at Aero Crafters. And again, like you said, guys, that's a great deal. You don't have to be a veteran. You don't have to, be on your way to go leave for the military or anything like that. You can just be a patriot that supports our military and come out there and shake their hand, tell them thank you, tell them you appreciate their service. And if you did serve, come stand out there with your brothers and enjoy a good cigar. Aero Crafters does a great job in the community. They support so many different events, and they selflessly open up their doors and let all these different organizations come in and do stuff. And so we're grateful to Aero Crafters for letting you guys do this. But again, last Saturday of every month, Cigar Night For Veterans. It's a cool deal. Be a part of it. Let these guys know we appreciate them, these guys and ladies. Let them know that they have our support. We're in their corner. We have their 6. Support them. Most of them are pretty fun to hang out with too, especially when you give them a cigar and a drink. The stories get to going, and it's a good time, So anything else? But I know you got some other things that we're going to roll into. Anything else you want to hammer on Cigar Night For Veterans, or just anything you want to get out?
You don't have to drink. You don't have to smoke. I mean, if you had a veteran in your family, if you're a veteran, just like you said, you don't have to be scared or be intimidated about showing up. We're there to support. And my biggest thing is, there are people coming back who have PTSD, who have TBI, and they don't want to go out into the local community. But I want to give them an environment where they feel comfortable about going, where they can feel that camaraderie that they're missing, and that structured environment that they can continue going on from the military.
Yeah, and I like that you hammered that, you don't have to come out there with, a big old cigar in your mouth. Some of us like them, some of them don't. And you don't have to come over there and throw down shots to hang out with these guys, Some people can handle shots, some people can't. I can't. So I know my weaknesses. But again, we just want the camaraderie. We just want the companionship that everybody knows we're in the same corner, and we stand on the same team, and we fight the same fight and the same mission. And so great job that you're doing on that. I sincerely appreciate it. After what we did, or how we treated veterans coming back from like Vietnam and stuff like that, it's so much better now, and because of people like yourself and different organizations, that if we don't take care of our veterans coming home, I don't think we'll have veterans in the future that will go take up the fight if we don't take care of our warriors, And so I appreciate you for doing that. In addition to that, you also have a Toys For Tots thing is coming up that I'd like for you to kind of share with me.
Next week, we have Toys For Tots at Aero Crafters. We're going to be receiving toys. If you're coming to Aero Crafters, just drop off a toy, donate a toy if you don't mind.
New, unwrapped?
It has to be boy or girl, new or and unwrapped.
Okay, gotcha. And so so they can take that to Aero Crafters and just let them know it's Toys For Tots for you guys,
right?
And they'll set it aside, make sure it gets to you then, huh?
Right. And when we'll turn it around, take all that, and then the point of contact in Victoria will come and pick it up, and then they'll take it to their headquarters.
Outstanding. And then that is only one of another thing that you're doing with the Texas Fallen Project. You just told me about this, and I think this is really cool. I'd like to share this with the audience here. Yeah, go ahead. Tell us about the Texas Fallen Project.
I have a friend of mine who's a retired Senior Chief He does a Texas Fallen Project. What he does is he has a wall that he goes around the state of Texas of all the soldiers, sailors, Marines, Air Force Marines that passed away post 9/11. So he does it all on his own. He only relies on his retirement, and he started the nonprofit, which is a Texas Fallen Project, to help him be able to continue on with each and every one of those soldiers' life. You know, there are continuous family members that come up to him and talk to him, pin things on the wall that was close up and personal with the individuals, and they would actually put it on the wall. And he does that on his own. And anything that we receive here with the Cigar Night for Veterans, we'll turn around and donate it back to his nonprofit. But a portion of that will stay in Victoria to help our Crossroad veterans to be able to come out and enjoy a good time. Not so much a Cigar Night for Veterans, but also being able to help veterans that are overseas, because we're possibly here in the new future, we're going to be doing the Cigar For Warriors.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and I'm working on becoming a event coordinator for them here in Victoria in the Crossroads area, as well as Old Stogie. There's a good possibility next month they're going to be a designated distribution or donation center for them as well.
That's awesome, and Old Stogie, we appreciate you guys as well. I see you out there, what you're doing, and you're doing a great job. And you know, to highlight it real quickly again on the Texas Fallen Project, you know, we have several, you know, heroes from our Crossroads area that have paid the ultimate sacrifice and didn't come home, and their families are here, and you know, that never goes away. Right. You know, that empty spot at the table is always there for those families, no matter how many years go by, no matter how long it's been. You know, that ripple effect of losing their warrior, their husband, their son, their wife, you know, whatever the case may be, it doesn't go away, you know, overnight. It doesn't go away ever. And so these type of things, you know, they bring honor to the families. They bring healing to the families. They show that, you know, you're fallen, but you're not forgotten.
Oh, absolutely.
And I've had the pleasure of getting to know several of the Gold Star families here, and I'm eternally grateful for their sacrifice, because, you know, those freedoms that we fought for, that we have, you know, we came home and so many didn't. And you know, and it's a blessing that people take up the mantle of something like the Texas Fallen Project, and that yourself and so many different organizations help to try to return honor and healing to these groups and stuff. And so Texas Fallen Project, great job. We sincerely appreciate what you're doing. And Adam, I thank you for what you do in the community as well. And,
thank you.
And I appreciate you reaching out, and for future events, you know, we are always here for you. We back your organization. Being a veteran myself, I love seeing the honor that you guys, you know, again, bestow upon people, and we find such camaraderie when we're in, when we serve. You know, the military is one of the most truly colorblind places I've ever seen. You know, I always tell people that, like, when you're in basic and stuff, is we only know each other in uniform. Right. I don't know anything about you until months and months down the road, and we walk out in our civilian clothes for the first time, and it's like, you're a cowboy, or I didn't know you were a goth kid, or, you know, whatever the case is. And you get, the military is it's such a unique experience that you know, it's so cool to serve on so many different levels. But one of the neatest things is, like I said, you get to know your brothers and sisters in a way that I would argue the civilian world never does, because, like I said, you get to know them, not the clothes they wear, not the person they are outside of there. You get to know them, and then you lock arms with them and you go to battle with them, and you find that your brother on either side of you, or your sister, is willing to lay down their lives for you, and just as you are them, and it's a bond that just most will never understand. And a lot of times when you separate, what do I do? It's hard to find that in the civilian world. It's hard to find people that even comprehend that, because most people aren't used to getting shot at together or something like that. And so, again, I don't expect everybody to get it. But that said, civilians can also just wrapping your arms around them, saying, hey, we love you, we appreciate you. You know, show up for these cigar nights, even if you're not a veteran, you know, like, show up and support the ones that are there. I just think it's phenomenal, and I always get long-winded on that and hammer taking care of our veterans. But like I said, I think if we don't take care of the ones we have now, we won't have them for future generations. And so, again, thank you for being part of the solution. Thank you for selflessly and using your own time, your own funds, these things take up time, and they take away from your family, they take away from, all of that. And so, again, I'm grateful. Thank you to Aero Crafters for allowing it, Old Stogie, all of you guys that are part of this. It's one team, one fight. We're all together, and I sincerely appreciate it. Now that I've got long-winded and stole all our talking time here, do you have anything you want to say or highlight or on the way out that you want to make sure we're aware of, or anything like that I forgot or didn't touch on?
Well, really the only thing is like you were saying, I mean, we got to continue to support our veterans. And that when I got out of the military, I didn't know what I wanted to do as an individual. And I have PTSD. Mm-hmm. So what I want is to bring everybody's awareness, and it's not a bad thing that they have PTSD. They're healing. Mm-hmm. And what can we do to being able to heal them is being able to, like you said, wrap our arms around them and help them heal, be that crutch, be that something that we can do to help them. And that's what I want to do. That's what I want my legacy to be known for, is being there for veterans. If you need me, call me 24/7. I'm there. I'm backing you. I got your six, regardless.
And on the civilian side, like you said, be there for them and envelop them and just shower them in love and all of that. But for the veterans themselves and the ones that, like you said, that are struggling with the PTSD and all of that, would you argue or would you say that they also need to make sure that they engage in the fight as well? And what I mean by that is it can be scary, that PTSD. It can be overwhelming, and talking to my brother and stuff about it, one of the things is he said, I had to find a time when I was willing to just kind of draw a line in the sand, and I had to attack. I had to face it head on, and there was times I struggled. There was times I fell back. But I had to make the decision I'm going to address this and I'm going to beat this. And he said, I'll always work at it. I'll always struggle with it. But I had to make that decision to, like any other mission in life, I'm going to go at this. And I'm going to come out on the other side. So I would just encourage, and if I say anything you disagree with, let me know. But I would just encourage veterans out there that if you are struggling and you feel stigmatized because you have this PTSD or any of that, we're not here to judge. We're not here to any of those things. We're here to help. And so if you need that help, reach out. It's like he said, him, myself, any of these guys, most veterans, if you need help and you pick up that phone and say, help me, I'm struggling, I am hurting here, people are going to be there for you. And just know that sometimes you've got to be willing to take that first step. The love, the support, the care, the resources, there are people there that want to help you. But we can't read minds and we don't know. And so if you need that help, please step forward, because again, we don't have to put your name out there. Nobody has to know who you are, but you need to know you have support, and you need to know that people are there for you and want to see you have healing. So again, thank you, brother. And I appreciate what you're doing for vets, and any events you guys ever have, if we can be a part of it, you give us a head up, and we always have your six and we support your mission. And absolutely. I thank you for being here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us. We've got one more guest today and we'll be wrapping it up, but we'll be right back.